Okay, now this one's starting to firm up now, so we're gonna, there we go, put it in there. So we're going to add an extra part of water for that one and also an extra part of water for this other one, so, and then it'll be alright. Oh, I'm not coming down with a cold or something. Probably just need a coffee. It's weird, as I said, we had the driest June on record, so basically the pay foliage almost ended up carking it in the soil, and then the Wittegrai, just as I was going to go out and try and do the Wittegrai, even though I didn't think they were going to be too wonderful, I went up the top of the hill one day and I ran out of petrol at the top of the hill, and I had to call the RA because I was stuck. I just stuck off the hill. I wasn't quite over to get down to the petrol stations, I think. And bloke comes and gives me a litre or something. I put in a litre. I went home and got a can and put in a litre or something. Then went down to the petrol station and put some more petrol in after the RA man put me. Worked out I was deficient by about 10 litres, which was about $12 worth at today's current prices. And I worked out that's enough for me to get out to Kaipo Forest, just to Kaipo, not all the way down to Mount Cumbers, but just to Kaipo Forest and back comfortably. You know, I'm thinking, so basically I got robbed of a trip, basically. And then I sort of got my nose out of joint, because I was, thinking, did someone, because, out the back there, one night I heard a noise, went out there, and there was two cats out in the backyard, and one of them usually sleeps under the car, sort of thing. And I'm thinking, oh, it's just a mouse or something like that. Because then we had this incident where the car conked out at the top of the hill, and I said over the next few weeks I sort of basically in my head calculated, hang on, that's about 10 litres that I thought I had in the car that wasn't there, because I've got a petrol cap locking thing which I unlock with a key at the petrol, but I always do it at the petrol station and also at the top of the hill when this RA man was trying to fill up at the top of the hill. So that's the only other time when I hadn't done it at the petrol station, sort of thing. Anyway, the other day, about 3 days ago, I noticed there's this sort of white sort of ring on the ground here, and I'm thinking, that almost could fit where the petrol, under the petrol cameras. I'm thinking, oh, did someone actually steal the petrol from my thing? And this, because they did it at night time, this thing fell out. And it wouldn't normally be here in the garden. If it was going to fall out anyway, it should be at the petrol station where I take the cap off, you see. And I'm thinking, what's going on? And, so I reckon that's what happened. But as I said, the season been bad, and what with that, it threw me out, and basically I decided to put all my efforts into getting the fly trap over the line, finding out what's going on. And we are discovering new things, like we seem to be getting some yeast being developed from the thing. But as I said, we're starting to learn more and more now. It seems to be, and that's why we're doing these pots, it might be coming just from the cement and cellulose on its own. So it might be that the sulphur is actually suppressing a yeast sort of thing. So we may have to, it may be a case of getting some really, as I said, these overseas places purport that they know exactly how to grow fly traps and going on, and yet they're not telling you, and they're not putting out a publication that you could buy saying, this is how it all works. All they want to do is sell millions of fly traps every year. People buy them, they die, and one wonders do they die because you supposedly don't know how to grow the plant, or do they die because they finished the plant? They finished off the plant. I don't know. It just seems funny to me why they use the word finished fly traps. Have you noticed that phrase? I mean, if you're reading into fly traps, surely you would have come across a couple of sentences or a paragraph talking about finished fly traps or something. Haven't you ever wondered, That's a bit of a funny name. Oh, we meant to have two ends there rather than the one. It's to do with Scandinavian, the way the Scandinavians grow their flight. You know, or is that the story they're going to put out now? Oh, no, we don't mean finished as in finalised. We mean it should have had an extra end. It was a spelling mistake. We just mean the way the Finnish or the Scandinavian people. Of course, their excuse is they don't know the difference between Holland and the Scandinavian countries. Or is it going to get that bad, fellas? Their argument will be, "Oh, sorry, we made a mistake. We thought Finland was part of." Is it going to be something like that? I don't know. Well, it's like the southern Abbott land is not having a European-centric mind. So when these people turn up at shows, Mike Arnold's Plant Society show, and we're giving them the old, no, acidic soil, low to no calcium, if at all, no chalk and all that sort of stuff. And you see these flytrap pots absolutely festooned with liverworts. And anyone from the European countries, new migrants to this country, must realise, hang on, as my Russian friend Igor Zakharov clearly pointed out, you do know that liverworts grow on limestone. Because I don't know what he actually means by limestone. What his definition of limestone actually is. Is limestone, it's just a green rock, a particular green rock. It's like green sand or something. Or green sand is the result of broken down green rock or limestone, I don't know. Or is there something else? Yeah, so, very interesting. A lot to talk about in the future, especially when we crack it, I suppose. I think we're going to crack something because we've got so far from the 8 ball that we've got the CP weeds now growing is something that theoretically, if they grow with CPs, they shouldn't even be alive. There's so much calcium here, they should be dead, shouldn't they? It's just amazing. So anyway, that's 1 extra litre. Now we're going to have one more, and then it should not go hard. Then it should stay, and then it'll be ready to pot up. And then after that, we'll do our cement. But my things run out, and probably this video clip has as well. Probably good place to stop it, I think. Okay, over and out for now.